This has been a long time coming, and don't expect me to be nice, okay? I have a lot to say about Miraculous Ladybug. My history with the show: I had a little sister and I used to watch it with her. You know, I'd watch a couple episodes and I'd say, oh, this is kind of cute. Okay, interesting. Not even like 2 minutes will go by and I'll be like, that was stupid.
What has gotten into you?
Okay, here's the premise. You have these two superheroes who are in love with each other's like alter egos. It would be like if Spider-Man and Batman were in love with each other, right? So like Spider-Man would be in love with Bruce Wayne and Bruce Wayne would be in love with Peter Parker. The entire show is like this miscommunication trope just like constantly. That's the show. It's good. It's funny. I was like, okay, that's cute. The Spider-Man thing specifically is an apt comparison because the main character, Marinette, or Ladybug, the superhero Ladybug, clearly takes a lot of like Spider-Man inspiration. She's got the red suit, she uses her yo-yo, she's zipping around. Paris, they're in Paris, right? It's French. And the other comparison I really liked, like immediately while watching, was Sailor Moon. I was like, this is like a modern superhero Sailor Moon, which is obvious, and they make like several references to it throughout the show. But you know, with the transformation sequence, hang on, let me just list off some comparisons between Miraculous Ladybug and Sailor Moon. 1, the fact that they're both associated with like luck. Like, ladybugs are lucky, rabbits, Usagi. Usagi, on the other hand, for Sailor Moon, associated with rabbits. Both kind of associated with luck. They both have clumsy persona and then, like, an alter ego that's, like, sophisticated and, like, calculated. I don't know, you know what I mean. We have Tuxedo Mask mirrored 1-to-1. You know, we have the team of quirky characters. Point to Sailor Moon. The stellar or spectral planetary theme is way cooler for Sailor Moon than like silly forest animals, sorry. It's got better thematic things, better story. Sailor Moon is definitely superior, but I was like, wow, it's a new magical girl. This Miraculous Ladybug, it's a new magical girl show. That's great, you know? I love that sort of thing. That's cute. I love Sailor Moon. I kind of like to see things that are inspired by Sailor Moon. So I was kind of pro that, and I kind of had that in the back of my mind as I'm watching it. Another kind of comparison or something else that's kind of noteworthy is that Miraculous Ladybug was supposed to be like in an anime style, in a 2D cel-shaded style. And that's so obvious to me. And then of course the Sailor Moon reference would have been like even more like heavy-handed, but I'm not gonna get started on this. I'm gonna get down such a rabbit hole. I'm going to get sent down the rabbit hole if I start going on about this, but the character designs were meant to be 2D. The 3D?
She was a fairy.
Some of the worst of this generation. It's seriously, the CGI, the 3D animation. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I feel very strongly about this. I'm an animator. I prefer 2D, but I do dabble in 3D animations, but there are very few instances of 3D animation looking good, and this is just abysmal. I've never seen this, anything this bad. It's stiff, it's so ugly, the character models, I can't even handle it. I'm getting mad. It is so obvious that this was meant to be drawn flat. It is so obvious that just small stuff. I could go on and on about how terrible the models look, but the character design is good. I am very passionate about character design. As an animator, I appreciate a good silhouette when I see one. I appreciate good motifs when I see it. There was so much stuff in that show where I'm just that should have been in 2D. That looks terrible. The only thing that's even maybe okay, the transformation sequence, and that's because there's a lot of glitter and sparkles, and it's like well staged, but not Cat Noir. Oh my, Cat Noir. Not Cat Noir's. Cat Noir's transformation looks terrible. He goes like this. Marinette's or Ladybug's is like so Sailor Moon. It's got the spinning camera, which is easy in 3D. If you don't know this, that is not impressive. 2D, it's impressive when a camera spins around a character. You have to kind of render the human form in 3D space, and that's very difficult to do. It's not difficult when you have a model that's just standing there while the camera flips around it. It's not impressive. I start like noticing some really good character designs. I like Ladybug's. I'll say I like Ladybug's design. The Spider-Man thing, it looks good. Cat Noir's I think could use work. And this is like an opinion I feel like across the entire internet. People are constantly redesigning the main two guys, and I think, you know, probably others, but overall, you know, the character design is good. I'm gonna share a couple of like redesigns that some artists gave me permission to use in this video, like just kind of talking about how, you know, people like these designs. People also want to kind of alter them or like, you know, in some ways fix them. People can't help it. I want to highlight these two redesigns specifically because you can really tell the magical girl inspiration really comes through with these two designs. The ribbon, the hair bows, which is kind of implied in the original design, but it's also a very common magical girl trope. The light frills, I especially love the transparent tutu on the right, kind of reminds me of Pearl's Gen 1 design from Steven Universe, also very magical girl inspired. And this is what I mean where we could have had the modern Sailor Moon that we deserve. You know, people are passionate about this sort of thing. It's fun. It's just a fun show. Maybe I'll even put up a design of mine. It's fun. It's cute. They're ladybugs. She's a ladybug as a superhero. That's simple, it's clean, it's snappy, it's good. But not just, like, Ladybug's design is good, but I want to have a little appreciation post for Hawkmoth. So he's got like a butterfly motif. It looks awesome. It looks great in every iteration. I always get so excited when he powers up, because I'm like, oh man, how are they gonna make another butterfly? They're gonna put another butterfly on him and it's gonna look good. It's so subtle. It's like in the tie, you know, there's even like butterfly motifs like throughout this guy. He's like a fashion designer, like millionaire or whatever, and he's got like butterfly motifs like tiled into his floor and like things like this. It's clean, it's good. We love a good motif in this house when it's done well. And there's like several times where like the villains just have like really good character design. My favorite, favorite character in the entire show is probably Lila. And she's just like the snotty schoolgirl, mean girl like trope. And she gets to be the fox, and it is awesome. I was like literally like, that looks so cool! The really cute mask, it's like perfect with her hairstyle. She's got the flute, she's got illusion magic, it's awesome. Everything checks out. The theme, the animal, the character design looks good. As things change, I like when Alia wears it too. I don't know. I kind of liked it as a villain. I like the villain designs look good. Obviously watched the American dub. So some of these words that are being translated from French, the original voice lines. Alright, so the Akumas. The Akuma designs, there's several that are good. Like, I mean, like, again, the character design is usually pretty solid. We've got the pigeon man who just looks like a pigeon. This is gonna be niche, but like, Reflecta, she's got a cool, I don't know, plasticky toy look. I don't know why she's got like such a bizarre look to her, but I just really liked it. I just thought it looked awesome. I was like, this doesn't look like this belongs in this world, but I thought it was good. But you know, there's something to be said about if it's not if it doesn't look like it belongs in the world, it probably shouldn't be there. But I thought it was a good design. I really liked the weird eyelashes. But I love Hawkmoth's design. It looks so good. And I really think it's really clever and interesting how it's like a kind of a feminine icon of the butterfly being like transformed into like a moth, and it's like they're like trying to be kind of masculine with it, like cold and masculine with a butterfly motif. I don't know, it works. I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. This is a little side tangent, but I also have a male character that has like a butterfly like theme, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's interesting to see the masculine twist on like a feminine icon. I don't know, butterflies are usually associated with ladies, right? The power doesn't really make sense. I mean, we've got ladybugs and luck. I'm watching the show and I'm like, you know, this has got really good bones. You know, we've got the cute like animal archetypes, like kind of drawing from like folklore. Ladybugs being luck, the black cat being bad luck, so that's Ladybug and Cat Noir, and they have that like kind of push and pull thing going on. But somehow ladybugs are top tier godhood. We come from ladybugs being luck to being creation and life, and the black cat being destruction and death? Question mark. Fine. Okay, fine. What does the butterfly do? It makes akumas.
No.
I'm gonna take a step back here. Ladybug's like little special power that her little silly like jewelry piece gives her. Lucky charm. Lucky charm. Huh. Lucky charm. Thematically, I'm the type of person who's like, I feel like this has got good bones, but I like want to rewrite it. I like want to like fix the things that just don't fall in line, because I don't know who made this. Who made this? It's not, there's things about it that are good and I would keep, and then there's things where I would just completely discard that. Like, that's terrible. I hate that. Let me just look up. Okay, I like just straight up forgot about some of these. Okay, some of the weirdest Lucky Charms. Okay, I just want to say, so she goes, Lucky Charm, and she throws her yo-yo. By the way, yo-yo, not very, ancient and magical. I just want to say that. She throws up her yo-yo, and a Lucky Charm happens. And I just want to read you some of these Lucky Charms that the god of creation spawns in for her. We've got a pair of panties.
No.
What? A toilet bowl. Here's my rewrite. What if the power of creation was used to spawn in like several different like varieties of weapons that like could spawn in? It'd be cool. She could have like a cool like pico hammer and like go crazy when it called for it, or like something more subtle if she needed it. I like the hammer idea. She should totally have a hammer. And then on the other hand, we have Cat Noir, who just makes a little more sense, I guess, thematically. I mean, you could say maybe it makes sense. His hand turns all weird, and then he's like, oh, anything I touch will be destroyed. And he's like really emo about it or whatever. But not really. Okay, he's actually not very emo. Why isn't he more emo? My rewrite would be more emo. Oh, anything I touch would be disintegrated, and it's an awful power. But Miraculous Ladybug is spawning toilet bowls. Here's my thing. When you have things with good bones, and you have like a cute like theme, everything around it has to fit in the theme. Like, you can't have things that just fall outside and just don't look aesthetically pleasing and don't line up with everything else that you've set up. You can't do that! I'm a lover of bad TV and movies. There are very few TV shows and movies that make me like yell at the TV. It keeps you entertained. There's a part where there's like episodes where they learn their secret identities and then the world ends, and it's just like stuff like that just has me just like cackling. It's like, the world is ending! Oh man, it's the best. I love it. I hate this show. It's the worst, but also I love it. It's just got me yelling. I love like when like really petty stuff happens. I mentioned this. Lila is my favorite character. I love when she just shows up and just starts lying. It's the funniest. It's like her only character trait is that she just lies. She just shows up and she just starts like just spinning tales. Like I just love the forced drama. I love how mad everyone gets. Marinette is not a good person. She's a freak. She's like a psychopath. She's got this like really unhealthy obsession, and it's not like charming. She's like literally stalking him, sabotaging people like close to him. She's like out for blood. She's constantly like using her superpowers to like invade his privacy. Wow. This is the good pro tag. This is the good guy. Has me scratching my head. I want Hawkmoth to win, and I want Chloe. Justice for Chloe. She is the best character. Also, she is so funny. I love her. I love that she's a bee. I love that she's a queen bee. They never like do like the weird like bug thing. Is that like supposed to be like another push and pull because she's a ladybug and she's a bee? How come they aren't all just bugs? We've got like 3 bugs. We've got the butterfly, the bee, and the ladybug. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, Marinette, one of the most poorly written protagonists I've ever seen. How are you this misaligned on what like a good like heroic character is supposed to be? She's a psycho! She's crazy! Like, there's just some stuff where I'm just like...
You're so good at sneezing, Adrian.
Here's another thing I want to mention. I don't even want to say this. I don't even want to say this out loud. The Kwamis! The Kwamis! If I was rewriting this, I would remove the Kwamis. I hate them. Just have some cool magical jewelry. Make it cooler. Make it more like, I don't know, ancient-y. I don't know, I guess it's supposed to be modern. It's like we have to have like the modern latex thing, I guess. But like the Kwamis, again, there is no reason why this design should be in 3D. Here's the thing. Here's something to think about. When you're drawing, right, and you got your pencil and you're making strokes, you know, there's things you can do when you're drawing in 2D, like line width variation, you know, that can make like a design look more dynamic. Something I try to do in my own work is pay attention to like the width of the line. And something you can do when you're trying to stylize something is either make the line width consistent, like it's always the same width all the way around. Or you can have some variation in it, like kind of depends, but whatever you do, you gotta be consistent, okay? Design principles. These are kind of like rules that you can, you know, pay attention to or you can break them or whatever. But I just want to say, you have a 3D model. You don't have lines, right? Everything is like a solid object that has to be like rendered out with like bones. Ladybug's Kwami has these things, which are clearly supposed to be antennas. And like when you're drawing her, I can imagine someone doing a brush stroke and being like, those are her antennas. Now you have to take that flat drawing with the tiny little antennas that you drew and you have to render it in 3D. And it just looks like a weird wisp. It's like, and nothing else on the screen, no other character has a detail this fine. You can't do that! You can't do that! Her little things, her little antennas, too thin, too spindly. Someone had to say this doesn't work in 3D, but no one did. It just looks, it looks terrible. And they try to do like kind of the same thing with Plag and his little cattail, but like it's like thicker. It's so you have, again, you have the line width thing and you have some things that are like thinner, like to the point where it's almost like raised, it's like paper thin. It looks horrible. It wouldn't have gotten past me. I said I was gonna be mean. I hate the Kwamis. I hate them. Yeah, like, okay, God form Kwami was like, okay, I guess. But like, here's the thing. So you have these cool jewelry pieces. What if there was like some kind of... And that's what this is, right? It's supposed to be like the spirit of the power or whatever is like encased in this magical jewelry that they're all wearing. And you wear the jewelry and it gives you superpowers. Okay. Why does it have to be like a marketable plushie? I would just completely write that out. Like maybe like the spirit could be like, I don't know, something cooler. I know what they were doing. My little sister loved Tiki. Tiki, the ladybug Kwami. Oh, yeah. I hate it. I hate those things. I just want to bash their stupid heads in. They got these big bulbous heads. Very clearly, this was supposed to be like a 2D anime, and they had to just do it. They had to do it anyways. Something weird. The Kwamis have these like personalities. So you wear the earrings, you wear the jewelry piece, and you kind of take on the persona of these like godlike beings. So Marinette, the clumsy freak, becomes cool and collected and super smart. I guess that's supposed to be like her luck. Like she's like really lucky because she's just so observant and just amazing at everything. But she's not that way in real life. And then Adrian, I literally haven't even talked about him. Complete like empty box of a character. Just like a complete doormat. Just like people are just stepping all over him. As soon as he becomes Cat Noir, he becomes the personality of Plague. Fuck the cat. He becomes the cat. He becomes the Cat Kwame. And the Cat Kwame is like, I don't know, flirty. He loves cheese. Anything else? No. This blank slate character all of a sudden becomes exactly like these godlike entities. Are they like using them like puppets? Why is this complete like loser of a chick in Marinette just becoming the most like amazing thing ever? I don't know, but do they explain that? Maybe I missed something. They aren't actually themselves. They aren't actually like the chosen ones. They're just like vessels or something. That's my game theory. Oh my. More people were mentioning that the creator of Miraculous Ladybug has a self-insert episode. And I said, what? That's weird. What? That's weird. Here's what's weirder. He's like a super old guy. I know this episode that they're talking about. The episode is called Animaestro. The plot revolves around the two superheroes wanting to go see their movies about themselves. And the director of the movie is the self-insert character. And I just looked him up. Yeah, it's blatant. They look the exact same. So the director shows up as himself to like kind of, I don't know, get pats on the back. I don't even know. And like the whole plot of the episode is that no one recognizes him. No one recognizes the director. And that's what gets him, like, Hawkmoth, the evil supervillain, is like sensing bad jubies around the city of Paris. And he's like, oh my god, that guy right there, he's having some negative energy. I'm gonna send a doodah his way and it's gonna turn him evil. And so literally the creator of the show gets akumatized into a supervillain and becomes this like super animator, whatever, it doesn't even matter. He wrote an episode about himself, became a plot point, and then Ladybug and Cat Noir save him. And he was like, what had me like completely just like giving him the side eye. The plot is resolved, right? And this guy is like, it's like no one recognized me. No one knew who I was for my animated show. No one knew me. No, I'm just the director. I'm not the animator. I'm just the director of this beloved show. And literally there is a line where the director guy and the character Marinette are like talking to each other, and she goes, wow, you're so amazing, you're the director. And I'm just like literally that is so embarrassing. You really wrote this yourself, man? Are you sure about that? And so I just like looked this guy up and I'm seeing like headlines like the immaturity of this man, and everyone's talking about this episode. What does this say? I'm not blocking my fans, I'm blocking my haters. Yeah. So like he's constantly getting bashed about this, dude. Like this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anything so blatant. It's so embarrassing. Woo! I just want to say, at least Sailor Moon was written by a lady. Just a little bit of lore. But yeah, anyways, that's the general kind of plot of the episode. The plot gets so contrived. I love it. I love it and I hate it. It gets dumber and dumber. I didn't even talk about the power scaling. There's creation and destruction. There are several time lords in that are controlled by like a bracelet, you know, and then we've got like some crazy thing where like the power is to create powers, and I'm like, well, how is that? Why isn't that God tier? Why isn't that top tier? What is the hierarchy? Why is the ladybug on top? I just have so many questions, and I know like specifically the animation thing has theoretically been dealt with. I haven't seen season 6, okay? I heard that they fixed the animation. I'll be the judge of that. One of the things that had me just guffawing, and okay, so there's like 2 love interests, and one of the other like cool edgy emo guys like steps up to the plate, and he gets the snake Miraculous, and this is one of the like really powerful ones because it's like a god of time, Ouroboros, thematically, okay. Anyways, and like it's time for his magical transformation sequence. Hawkmoth, they keep it clean. He's got his cool bow. He's got his cool staff. He goes ching, and then it goes, and then he just like kind of does like a mysterious pose. But Snake Boy goes. Why is it a yo-yo? Why is it a modern toy yo-yo? What does that have to do with luck? I didn't even. There's so much. I feel like that's got to be it. I feel like that's got to be it. Give the show to me. I will fix it. That's what I want to say. The Tales of Miraculous Ladybug and also Cat Noir Was There Too is a show that I think has good bones, and it could easily be the new modern Sailor Moon or Magical Girl series. You know, it has that same Monster of the Week premise. It's fun for kids. We're fighting for love and for justice, but in my opinion, there's just too many things that just kind of fall out of line. You know, we've got Miraculous from little ladybugs, bumblebees, to dogs and dragons. I mean, just imagine getting the dog. I mean, come on, I didn't even talk about that. So just give the show to me, I'll rewrite everything, and I'll handle the series with a lot more maturity than the original creator, and people will thank me for it. I'm very passionate about cartoons and animation, and I just love watching bad TV. I just enjoy this show a little bit too much, I think, but it just really gets to me in the best, funniest way. I love it, I hate it. There's things that are just terrible, but honestly, I just sort of hope it gets worse. If you love it, that's fine. I love it too. It's great. I love it. I have good memories watching it. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm not gonna stop watching it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do an update. I'd like to talk about more cartoons. You know, some of my favorites. Adventure Time, Bean Puppy Cat, Rep, Steven Universe. I'd like to talk about I have like specific like thought pieces I'd like to do about like Digital Circus and like Midnight Gospel and things like this. I don't know. Something I do in my free time. I'm also an animator. I animate. I have an original animated 2D series. I'm passionate about it. I love it. But yeah, as a whole, it's a fun show. I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching it. Tell me what you think. I don't care. I love it. You love it. I love it too. You hate it. I hate it too. You know what I mean? We're just all having fun here. I spend all my time thinking about this sort of thing. Should I do a follow-up? What else should I talk about? Anyways, thanks for watching.